we saw the students running, then I started to think, like, what's happening? And then I heard the gunshots, and I was like, oh, my God. I just ran.
Haunting video coming out of Florida of a terrible tragedy.
Oh, my God!
A mass shooting at a high school leaves 17 dead and a community in shock.
Another horrific day, a detestable day. I'm absolutely sick to my stomach.
It happened again, another mass shooting inside a school. Good evening, I'm Emily Spain.
And I'm Jim Rick. Thanks for joining us. It's the 18th school shooting in the U.S. this year alone. Here's what we know at this hour. 17 people were killed, both inside and outside Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. The shooting started about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time after a fire alarm sounded. The accused shooter, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, is in custody. Cruz is a former Douglas High School student believed to have been armed with a semi-automatic rifle and several magazine clips.
And tonight, I talked with two Florida high school students who were there today. Siblings Marley and Mason Hall led out of the building with hands above their heads, their bags, searched for weapons. Their mom, an elementary school teacher just across the street. We came into contact with this family because one of our producers here at KOMU is from that part of southern Florida. They told me they were about to be dismissed for the day when the fire alarm went off for the second time and the rush for cover started.
And we heard gunshots, and then this guy was like, he said, "It's not a drill, get back inside."
It's just scary to think, like, how close we were to that being us.
The students also told me the situation made them realize just how easy it was for an intruder to get into their school. Gates were open, no metal detectors. They said since the shooter was a former student, that meant he also knew his way around the building.
Back in Missouri, a House committee is talking campus safety. It voted to allow faculty members to carry concealed weapons on campus. The bill would give universities the ability to train full-time faculty to carry a weapon. The bill considers these volunteers as campus protection officers. Faculty members would have to have a concealed carry permit, be trained by the Department of Public Safety, and work directly with police. The bill's sponsor talked to us why the law is needed.
It's extensive, intensive, and coordinated effort to provide a public safety policy for all colleges and universities in the state of Missouri.
Two Democrats on the committee opposed the bill. The vote was 8-2 in favor.
A recent study finds that Colombia was a battleground in a new kind of information war, and most people don't even know it. KOMU Nora Ferris is with how Russia used social media to undermine and overshadow protests on campus.
According to a report published by a U.S. Air Force journal, Russia fueled the panic here on MU's campus during the protests in 2015, and they did it using 140 characters or less. During the protests, social media reports went viral saying the KKK threatened students on campus. According to the new study, those social media posts were likely pushed out by Russian propaganda accounts on Twitter. The report also says those accounts went on to publish fake news intended to misinform and influence the American public in the 2016 election. University officials said MU has been working to improve emergency communications to prevent misinformation from taking root.
The university as well is trying to do quite the job in educating people as they come to campus, while they're here, and making sure they understand what the proper channels are.
The Russian government was also found to be targeting Facebook ads near Ferguson, Missouri to increase political tensions there. Reporting in Columbia, Nora Ferris, KOMU 8 News.
Top U.S. intelligence officials say Russian interference is a concern for the 2018 midterm elections. And Vice President Mike Pence spoke about Russia's influence on the 2016 elections today. He says U.S. intelligence is preparing to counter future efforts this fall. But FBI Director Christopher Wray testified Tuesday that President Trump hasn't given explicit instructions on this fight yet.
After ignoring questions on domestic violence for days, President Trump commented on the issue today. He's avoided the topic after the departure of his former staff secretary. Rob Porter resigned last week after two former spouses accused him of physical abuse. When the president first talked about Porter's resignation last week, he said he wished him well in the future.
I am totally opposed to domestic violence of any kind. Everyone knows that. And it almost wouldn't even have to be said. So now you hear it. but you all know it. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
The House Oversight Committee is on the same page. It's investigating how the White House handled Porter's employment. Porter denied all allegations.
The city of Columbia is currently experiencing a significant shortage of police officers, but the solution to the problem is not as simple as hiring more. KOMU 8's Justin Kolar spent the evening at the Citizens Police Review Board and is here in the studio with details on potential solutions. Justin.
According to a nationwide standard, the ratio for police officer to population is typically around 2.5 officers for every 1,000 citizens. Now, using that statistic paired with Columbia's numbers shows that the city has just over half of the police officers that it should. The Citizens Police Review Board said the Columbia Police Department is facing several difficult issues. The board members hope that what officers the city does employ can quickly adopt these new methods to stretch their presence. The members also spoke about a potential future partnership with MU Police that could also reduce 911 wait times as well. In the studio, Justin Kolar, KOMU 8 News.
It was a warm, nice day for your Valentine's Day, and it will get even warmer tomorrow. But Kenton says some of us could see some rain soon. Let's check in with him. Hey, Kenton.
Hey, Emily, thank you very much.
Kenton, thank you very much. A $6 billion promise, the latest from the Secretary of State's trip to the Middle East.
And the Teflon president is out of power. What finally pushed South Africa's president to resign? After the break.